Hello again, guys. You cannot get rid of me. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to listen once more to Music Danes Babbling. This is another episode of another babbling, because I have something I want to share with you. That was like I really never believed that I would do it. I actually had told myself I would not do it because I do not trust products from China. Yes, the not so very expensive parts and the things which they cannot make wrong. I don't mind buying that, but the bigger things, the electrical stuff, and the things which have so a certain amount of safety attached to it, where you don't want to burn down your house. And I'm sorry that maybe I'm stepping all over everybody, but there has been a certain skepticism about Chinese products, and mainly because some chargers for phones explodes and batteries explodes and burns down people's houses and all. So there are reasons, and they are well grounded, so or well funded. What is it? But I had somehow at some point to realize that my skepticism had to stop and give it a chance, because established brands like Makita, Milwaukee, Hilti, Bosch, all these things we all know they cost. You pay a lot for the brand, you pay a lot for the name, which is okay because they spend years of research and making products which everybody enjoy, and which is fantastic, and can perform, and it's fair. You have to pay a certain amount of money for that. But at a certain point, if you're like me, you want to save a couple of bucks, and or more than just a couple of bucks. Then you start searching for things which are produced in China. I found suddenly the courage, and I bought this thing, and that's it's called a Rinoxar mini chainsaw extendable brushless cordless mini chainsaw PowerCut X9. Mamma mia. There you have it. Full description. It appears to be a European Italian brand, and they even have an online retailer with an official store where you can actually buy spare parts for this product. This is one of the reasons why I chose this, because if you check out a lot of the other chainsaws or basically just things on Amazon where I bought this, I think it's very difficult to find spare parts for it unless you buy the similar machine again and get all the crap one more time in one more same similar box. And that I don't think is the intention. I think that if you want to buy a machine, you really want to count on it. And the batteries, for some reason, at some point after many years of usage, they die. Then you want to be able to buy new batteries, right? That's what I think is a good idea, to buy something where you can get spare parts for, and you can with this, because they, like I said, they had their own official store where you can actually buy their parts. That's great. But is it Italian? I don't think so, because I searched all internet for this and I found a lot of information about this. It is an Italian company, but it's kind of difficult to figure out who owns it. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't mean that it's not a credible company, that it doesn't have any credibility, and that it's some kind of sneaky company which nobody knows what it is. That doesn't mean that. It just means that it is probably things which is branded and imported from China, which I am 100 million percent sure this is a Chinese product, which is important to Italy, put Rinoxar brand on it, and then they call it their own, which is fine, because if they just support it and their spare parts are available through a catalog, and then it's all fine, I guess. And it costs half what a brand would like Makita would cost. So, and then the next question is it good? And we don't know yet because I didn't unpack it yet, and I just cannot wait to get this baby cut up. But I just need to say one thing, that I would say that the important discovery about this machine will soon be the batteries, because if you cannot get the batteries from their official spare part site, then it would be nice to know if it's compatible with some kind of batteries which are more available than these batteries, because they are 21 volts batteries. They say some of the machines have Makita battery capability or compatibility, but and that's probably true with these machines. But in this particular machine here, they didn't say that it was compatible with Makita batteries, which means basically that I'm very curious to see that maybe it is anyway, because you know what, maybe these machines are produced, all of them, maybe the same place in China. At least if you look at a completely normal Makita battery here is the LXT, right? Yeah, LXT series. Of course, everything is important. All the sliding slots here and the connections and the button to release and all, it all have to be really very similar. So, of course, it fits to a Makita screw machine or any kind of machine, but does it also work on this one? Because you know what, then we are done having problems worrying about getting batteries, right? Because as we all know, it's possible to get the knockoffs from Makita batteries. So, and they cost zero, nada, niente, silts, nada, nothing. There was two nadas just to make sure that you all understand that they are so cheap that it's ridiculous. I think I saw two 5 ampere hours, two 5 ampere hours Makita battery compatibles, replaceables for 200 kroner, 250 kroner. And that is ridiculous. It's, what is that? It's about $20 for two batteries, which should be compatible with the Makita. So that is not going to be a problem in the future if this machine is compatible with Makita batteries. There's only one way to find out, and I'm going to open this dude now and see, because I just can't wait. And I don't know why I keep buying stuff because this is ridiculous. Because then we don't eat, and that is a problem, right? I'm completely destroying the budget, and Wi-Fi is killing me from it. But the machine, what I just not long ago made a review about, this was this hedge clipper, which was also extendable. This pole extendable hedge clipper from Makita. This one, I don't know how I would probably do without now that I have it, because now I can cut everything in the height what I needed. It's a dream to cut a hedge with this machine, so of course it was necessary. And it is a big garden, like I told you many times, and it's not because I want to brag about it, but it's big because it's hard work and there are so many bushes and trees. You need the right tools for stuff like that. So you ask yourself, what does he need now, possibly, which he don't already bought, but that is this one here, the extendable mini chainsaw, because I cannot climb 4 or 5 meter trees and bushes with my big chainsaw, and I will probably end up dead, or I'll kill the tree or somebody around me. So wouldn't it be nice to be able to stand on the floor and reach 4 meters up? That's what they promise you can do. If you're 180, like 185, like me, and you take this machine and extend it to max, they say you can reach a branch which is 4 meters up. So, problem solved. I don't have to climb no trees. So let's open this dude and see what's in this box for $170. $170 for all of this. They promised there's 2 batteries. They promised there's a charger for it. They promised there's the machine. There's the telescope which you can attach. There is glasses. There's gloves. There's all kinds of things. There's also this small canister for the oil. This is something important. Talk about it later. But it seems to me that they put all their shop inside this one box for $170. Sounds too good to be true. So I'm going to scalpel. It came with the package shop today. 2 days delivery from Amazon to my home here in Denmark. And they sent from Germany, but still pretty fast. Let's open this up and see what we got inside. Thick box, very thick. Some foam. So the usual stuff. The manual, which I'm never going to use until I'm hopelessly lost, is here. 2 batteries. And they got an indicator of how much power is on. Let's see what's from the factory. Okay, that's pretty spiffy. Look at that. That's cool. I don't know if you can see it, but there is 4 green ones. And if I release it, I guess they will go away at some point. Go away. At some point, they went away. So they have a like 10-second delay on that. That's great. It seems that it is this battery is fully charged. It can be locked. Doesn't it? Probably depends on how long it was lying on some kind of shelf somewhere. But this anyway. Let's check the other one. Fully charged. So either this came directly from production line like a week ago, and we are lucky that there's full power, or they are actually able to keep the voltage if they are unplugged from the machine for quite some long time. I don't know. It looks like it. Now we have a charger here, and this is not a real charger in my world. It's an adapter. But that is how you charge these batteries, because they say that these are not Makita compatible, which means you can probably not put this in the Makita charger and have any success with it. So you put this jack stick in here, this female, into this hole here, and then you charge them that way. And you can obviously only do one at a time. So yeah. No, anyway, doesn't matter. You can charge them, and 21 volts, if they work as they promise, that should be enough for what you need to do in the garden. And the way that it takes to empty this is maybe the time it takes to charge this up after you use it. So, but I don't think you're gonna need more than 2 batteries for normal garden work. But let's figure that out. Maybe I'm get disappointed. The machine, I guess this is very important. The most important part with this protection shield. So yeah, I guess it's for not getting something in your eyes, or I don't know, but it's a good thing it's there if it don't break. But it looks pretty solid actually. It's really got a very good grip. I can say it's very anti-slippery. What this is the primer for the oil, because this needs oil. And this is one of the things that I read everywhere on the internet, and people they complain about that. Why don't it automatically lubricate? That's because you didn't buy a professional chainsaw for $3,000 or something like that. This is a little bit more cheap, so you do have to do it regularly manually. I guess we can handle it. I'm sure I can, because it's not all the time you have to do it. But take a look at it when you're sawing something, and you can see that the chain is start to not be so glossy and not with oil on it. You just give it a couple of beep. When you have oil in it, of course, which we don't have yet. And then the oil goes here to the chain when you start it, and that's how you lubricate this thing. I don't think it's a big problem, and I'm pretty sure you can get used to it. That was the machine. Then you have all kinds of straps. I don't think I'm ever going to use the strap, because they say it's about 4 kilos or 3.5 kilos. And if you're going to cut a couple of branches and you reach up and all that, I don't really think you need the strap. But each suit its own, and you can do how you want it. And an extra chain. That's nice. Some glasses. Okay, safety first. And I am going to say what I'm usually saying. Use this safety whatever you can. And even though this looks to be a pretty small saw, don't make no mistake and think that this is a toy, because 13 meters per second on the chain with they say it's the 1200 watt engine. Trust me, you do not want to be in any close proximity of your arms or legs or anything, and you do not want to have anything flying into your eyes either. So yeah, use whatever safety you can do, and preferably some good gloves and all that. Just do that as the first thing you ever do. Think safety first, and then have fun later. No, and so there's an extra sword here. I call them sword because I know it's a sword. That's what they say. I don't know what the real name is for it. Maybe you guys can write in the comments. But this is what you put the chain on, and they are running. It's running inside this reach or slot, whatever it is. So there's a spare one, and there's a spare chain. So that's actually nice. Even though these parts you can get on Rinoxar's website on their place for spare parts, but it's nice to have it already, right? So that comes with. Yeah. So what I was trying to say, As you can see, I unpacked it all because my phone decided to have a heart attack or heat attack or whatever. I guess it's really warm today, and since I'm not a professional YouTuber, I use my phone for all this footage. And obviously my phone, even though it's pretty okay, I think it's fine phone, but it decided to die for a moment. Or it just wanted to break me. And I know why. I know what you guys will say. It's because, can he just shut the F up? No, that is a natural law. Against that, it's not possible for Music Dane to shut the mouth. So, phone died and I woke it up again now, so I'm back. But as you can see, I unpacked it all, and I think that some of you guys probably appreciate that, because otherwise, who knows how long this is ever going to be. And so, but I did us everybody a favor and unpacked it all. So to sum up very fast, there's the extra chain. That's nice, but they are easy to get on Amazon. I found a place, and that is also $25 something. And I think I said $20 for this. What was I saying? No, this spare parts, spare batteries, these compatibles. It is $30. But anyway, 2 batteries which are compatible with Makita. Sorry, but that is cheap. No, but the spare chains, I think I saw something like 6 chains for $25. So you're not going to run out of chains. They're easy to get. But they send the extra here and the extra sword for this. That's great. The charger was there. You saw it. The manual, what you're never going to use, and the 2 batteries, blah, 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 blah. And then you have this canister, this boop, boop, small pipette, whatever the name is, to put the oil for this machine. You have the strap to carry the machine if you're ever going to need it, and the very important safety glasses, even though I don't know if they can take any safety tests or if they can pass anything, but you know what, they're there. Great. And so here we got the thing, which is actually why I bought the machine. Not why I bought the machine, but probably one of the reasons. The telescope. And as you can see, I put it up and it cannot even stand in here. And 2 meters up here, it's pretty long. It has these snaps, locks. And when I opened it, this is funny because I think inside there must be a spring, because they go back together in this position if you don't keep it out. Like, you really have to pull. But if you it go back again, which is smart, I think, because I don't know, it go back automatically when you release this snap lock. So the other one will of course do the same. Almost. But you can see there's some kind of, or maybe it's just vacuum. Who the fuck knows? With the F nose. Sorry. Anyway, but nice snap locks, which seems like they can take a couple of opening and shut them down. And what I really like about this is that it's not just snap locks. You can actually adjust them on these screws here. So if you feel they're getting too loose at some point, you adjust a little bit on the screw, and then this gets more tough. So that is a nice feature to add here, that you actually can adjust the snaps, which are also spring loaded in here. So I would have to say this looks like quality. At least it looks solid, and I don't see no weak points, because I saw some other tools, some other machines, much like this one, where the connection to the battery was just a small flimsy console or platform, a small tiny connection, like going from the grip to the battery holder. And trust me, guys, I don't know how many people complained about it breaking, but it was a lot, and I can also see why, because that was ridiculously stupid construction, that they put the battery, and then the transference of the battery of this place where it sits was like a flimsy, small, tiny transition into the handle. And what if you hit something? You will break it, and then the battery is farewell and goodbye. So flimsy, but not this one. It's actually intensely solid, and it has a very big grip here, which yeah, as you can see, it's connected here and of course in the handle. So I don't think this will ever break unless you really want it to break. So yeah, could do to this. And then there's the head. Don't worry, I'll finish soon. We will go to test it, and there will be testing at a point. and in the nearest future too, I promise you. I just need to show you that you can tilt the head in the angles where the machine is going to be. This is actually nice, all the way here. If you want to cut something in different angles, it's really necessary to sometimes adjust things. And you can also turn the head like this in 2 positions extra here. So I think you can reach the branch that annoys you. So with that being said, telescope, everything unpacked, music in, last, ready to try and test it. Go and find some oil, put it in the machine. I don't need to show you how to do that because you unscrew this cap, put some oil until you see it reach max, and then boom, that's it. And then we're going to test it and see if this saw actually can do the job. And if my big Accu saw is obsolete. It's not, because I can tell you it's bigger and they can cut bigger branches. But what if this dude can do 90% of what I need? Then the other one is not going to be stressed too much anymore. It's going to have a lot of time on the selfie there. Sad but true. But let's see if it's going to be like that, or if this was a purchase which I will regret in a few moments. Let's see about that. So guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the intro. I only have a couple of things here right in the middle of everything. I really hope and wish that you would watch this video to the end. Even though I'm babbling a lot and saying a lot of stuff, I hope some of it is actually informative. There's going to be some funny test parts here later, and I'm going to show what the machine can do and all. So it's going to be interesting enough for you to stay and stick around. I wish you would do that, because, you know, that helps the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps my motivation, because the longer you stay with me and watch whatever I have to say, the better I will get exposed to new viewers, and people will see that Music Dane is maybe not that bad, and maybe he's actually smart. And you know what? If people say that and more and more say it, then I'll get bigger and I'll be more interesting, because my motivation will suddenly explode exponentially. So guys, besides this hitting the like button down there, because it's just right there, then also subscribe and hopefully stay until the end, because it will give me the best motivation of all, because I'm doing this not only for myself, I'm actually doing this also for you guys, because I don't want anybody to go out and buy something stupid if I can prevent it. Because I don't really think that companies that produce crap, let's just be honest, there are many companies producing a lot of crap, and I don't think they deserve to exist. They should stop existing like this immediately. And the only way that happens is if we don't buy their crap. And so the more people like me to tell people what to buy and what not to buy, the better quality they will have to produce. It's a simple logic for me, and so that's why I think that we're all doing each other a favor by doing these videos, and you doing me a favor watching it, so that eventually one day people who produce this kind of machines will realize that if they produce crap, people will know, and they will not sell it, because nobody want to buy it. That's just my piece of logic here, my small anecdote of today. So I hope you really will stay until the end, because now we're going to the fun part. Now we're going to actually use the machine instead of just babbling about it. So guys, hang on and stay till the end. And Music Dane is now going to try and see what this machine actually can do in real life. So stay tuned, guys, and now comes the fun part. Yes, and by the way, that is how it looks from the top, because I know you guys want to see it all at one place. So here it is, everything in the pack. I would say that it's a fine collection of stuff, and what I could hear from the machine and the speed of the chain is that I have a good feeling in my belly about this machine. So yeah, let's get on with the testing now. It's gonna be so exciting. Just this small service info. I was maybe a little bit loose about explaining how to do this chain part, but you loosen this knob or this handle here, and this is the adjustment ring, which either loosens the chain or tightens it up. It's really that simple. And then you tighten this when you have this right tension. I think this is the right tension here. and then you turn the knob here to close it and lock it in that position again. That's the only adjustments on this saw that you're ever going to think about. Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you where to put this oil. It's really not complicated. I don't know what it takes, but by the looks of this dude here, it really is not a lot. But you don't need a lot of oil for this small machine either. So yeah, and this is the primer mechanism. It's just a vacuum bubble. So that's it. And if I can get this on again, seriously, no, look what. So that is the machine basically, and like I said, you just has a safety mechanism here. You push this button and push this button, and then it works. Batteries, yeah, we were around them, but just very fast. You can see here, you just plug it in. That's how I charge it. And so there's this. Very fast. We're gonna look at this. Just very fast. And a close up here, you can see that you push this button to turn this in the desired position you want. There are many actually to choose from, so you can see from 90 degrees until straight out 180 degrees and all the other way around. And then when you're done having fun with that part, there's this knob here. You push it, and it has this position and this position. Only these two positions is available, but I guess it's enough if you want to reach something which is a little bit difficult. Here you have these two snap locks, which I talked about, and yeah, they still want to go in there by itself. It's really funny. If it's not vacuum, then it's the spring in there. But you just keep your hands on this while you pull it out, and then you snap it. So as you can see, that's quite simple. And the other one, of course, works the same. And when you have fully extended it, this gives you extra 2 meters of reach. 2 meters and 10, I think I read something. So yeah, total reach 4 meters. If you're tall, if you have my height, something. So that was a little bit of this, and let's get back to the testing. Now, let's do what I keep talking about, but never show you. As you can see here, this prop, and now I took the time to. I'm using this. It's called Alco chain oil, but it doesn't matter what name. Just make sure that it is an oil which is designed for chainsaw chains. But what you do is basically just fill this up, this canister. As you can see, it's at maximum. So that should be it. You put this on and... Okay, this is a little bit wobbly, this button here, this capsule. No, there it is. Maybe it's because I'm with big fingers, I don't know. So let's see. We put this on here. And then you should be able to... Yeah, oil gets into this. As you can see now, it can fill. You give it a little bit more. We start the chain, and you give it a little bit more. And then one more time. Then you take off the battery because we're going to touch this. Yes, and I don't know if you can see it, but oil is flowing out everywhere. But that is actually a good thing. You should be happy about it, doing it, because it means it's actually lubricating the chain. Right? So guys, this is the first real test of this machine, and I gotta say that I'm a little bit skeptical, because can it do what it really is supposed to do, and is it really as brutal as it looks, even if it's small? So I'm going to give it a test, and I think the first real test is to cut a 3x3. This is impregnated or treated wood. It's very hard. It's actually insanely hard. I built some of my roof for the porch from this material. So let's see how it works. Okay. I'm gonna try one more time. That was interesting. Okie dokie. That is serious, I have to say. And it still have the right tension. Yes, everything's fine. It is not too much. And it's spitting out a mountain of of woody parts down here. You know, this garbage what comes out. What is the name of this? Doesn't matter, but it's really cutting very, very brutal. It's biting into this. I use this tilting mechanism because that's what you do. I guess you know that when you're using a chainsaw to use this bites what have here. It has this teeth. I'm going to do one more time and see without that mechanism, this movement, and see if it works just, you know, like a saw and not like a chainsaw. Yeah, that is just really impressive. I have to say that is really, really, really impressive. That I'm actually shocked a little bit. I have to say that that was serious. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this machine really is a monster. Now I give you a little trip down to the floor. That is one big pile of this, and if it was a bad saw, I would not be able to do this. It's really this is solid, and the cut itself is very fine. It's just I didn't cut it straight, but that's that's in my hands. It's on my shoulders, but this is definitely cut perfectly if you think about what kind of saw we're dealing with here. So I cut 3 pieces here, and I think we can conclude that our dude over here is not just a toy for hobby guys. It can actually do some really good stuff. It can actually do some professional cutting. This was, of course, not the ultimate test, and I'm not going to destroy my new saw by going and trying to cut down a 200-year-old oak. But what I am going to do is I'm going to the garden and see what it can do with the telescope. But this was the the preliminary test. A 3x3 stolpe pole, which was not a problem at all for this machine. It just cut it like butter. So, okay, congrats to Rinoxar for this. At least they produced a saw that actually seems to be able to do the job. So we go to the garden and see what we can find to destroy, and see if this saw also works when it's on the telescope. Well, the first thing you're going to do, of course, is to take the battery off the machine and put it on your telescope. Otherwise, it serves no purpose. So what you do is you put it on your telescopic pole, and on the other end, you attach your machine to the pole, and then you flip this safety feature here. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's a small knob which you have to turn in order for the machine to stay where it's supposed to be. Then it's a shame because I don't really find some very big branches I could cut. But anyway, we're going to test it. And now we're going to make this long. This. Right. What do you think, guys? I don't know what it looks like. It looks like a medieval murdering tool or something. I don't know. Something like a spear for the Olympics, or just maybe just shut up babbling and then just admit that this is just one heck of a long garden tool. So we are going to reach up, and it's pretty far up. This takes some time for me to reach it, but no, I guess you can see me coming. Here I am. So I don't know if you can see anything at all, but we're going to try. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm shocked. Again, I'm shocked. That was really, really, really fast. I'm okay. I'm impressed. That was 2.5, 3 inches. Wow. That's pretty awesome. I think it speaks for itself. This is pretty serious, and I have to say that you really actually just have to use the weight of the saw. You don't have to either pull or push, and it easily reaches these branches and cut them without no hesitation at all. So yeah, I would say that this the reach, as far as the reach goes, I can reach whatever I need now. And yeah, even up here, if you know you want to have something cut up there. So yeah, it does the job, and it does it fast. So yeah, that was some part of cutting. Let's see what it can do if it's a little bit more complicated. Let's find something. Guys, I found something that we can play just a little bit with. If you've been watching my previous videos, you will remember that I cut down a couple of these branches here in this tree. But I cut it down with my big chainsaw, which is seriously, of course, bigger than this and more powerful. And this is at least a 3-inch branch here. And I just thought it would be nice to maybe make a comparison cut, because you may remember how the other saw did it. So all you have to do is just compare this mini saw and see how it does the job compared. So let's have a go on that one. What I did, of course, is that I detached the telescope, because no real obvious reason for using that for this job, since it's going to be down here in this level. So let's see. I'm going to cut me some slices here and see how it's going. Yeah, I have to say I'm impressed. The way it cuts this, I just know from experience that when it's able to do this in these shapes, like small slices of piece of cheese or whatever, and it's able to do slices like this. And look at the cut here. It's really hell. I don't even think I can do it better with a manual saw. So, oh, this is seriously goody. And yeah, you just have to put it, of course, all the way in. You cannot do it here; it will be wobbly. So yeah, let's do a couple of more and have fun with this saw. It's really, really very goody. I don't really need to say anything. I think it speaks for itself. Wow, guys, I can recommend this. Okay, this is maybe the most complicated test I can give this saw at the moment in my garden. I don't know if you guys can see it, but in here we have one massive dude standing. I really don't need it, and I tried to kill it many times, but I think it seems to me I need to give it poison to stop coming. It's a tree in Danish called hyldebær, and makes the most fantastic berries, but I really don't give a flying fart about that, because it's in the way, and if I allow this to grow just one season, it's suddenly twice the height of my garage, and that's really not what we want. So let's do some mayhem on this, some debranching and stuff, and see how it works. And I even hit the camera, but that is because it's so violent. Guys, look at this. Why not just take 3 in one time? And this is definitely a 4-inch. And I think even in this direction is maybe even 4.5 inch. Maybe 5. Doesn't matter. But I guess you can see here. You get the point now? Wow. And let's check the tension on the chain. It's fine, and we can give it a little bit of this. I figured out that if you be gentle and you're careful, you can run the machine while you push this. In that way, you are sure that all chain gets this lubrication what you need. That's just the thing. You need to be very careful where you put your fingers. Obviously, don't put it there, right? You can do how you want it, but you can also maybe do this while you're running it. Doesn't matter, but it's best when the saw is running to push this primer. Let's do a little bit more here. But that is just completely insane. I am so really impressed. I am so shocked that okay. I'll go a little bit back here, and just in case you guys want to need, if you compare it to my hand, this is I would say this is a tree. This is not just a small, tiny vegetation, right? It's big. I think maybe even 5 inches on the biggest, longest distance here. So what can I say? You can reach everything basically in a normal tree. You can reach basically everything in a normal garden with this dude. But you can actually also cut some pretty serious thick things. Not just the normal stuff what you find in the garden, but yeah, if you want to take a tree down like this, I can swear to you guys right now, and that is a promise, it could do that easily. So yeah, Rinoxar PowerCut X9. I'm not promoted by anybody, but they are free, of course, to do so. But anyway, I am surprised, really, and I think you can see why. So, to conclude, guys, this is not just a normal tool. This is actually something serious, which I can recommend. Look at this. Ooh, I feel like a Viking right here. You see, this looks like something from medieval ages, really, honestly. And the reach. Goodbye. Oh my God, it's the top of this tree, actually. So yeah, and you saw how it soars. So in case you are in any doubt, I recommend this small principle about having a smaller saw than just the big ones. I'm not saying Rinoxar is the only one who can do that. I'm pretty sure there are many. But the principle here about having a telescopic rod, and you attach the tool in the end of it, and down there you have the battery and the activator. And I have nothing bad to say about it really yet. Okay, I just bought it. I just got it today, so there. Let's see what comes. But with use, we will learn. And at least I can tell you from now that this is surprisingly good. It cut so fast and safe. Me not being on a ladder, it's always a good thing. And this mechanism where you just, and it has this spring inside, and you look, it feels solid. And let's check the battery, how much power is on. Guys, you're not gonna believe it, but it's dead. No, again, that was a joke, because it's full. We push again to see, it's full. We used it. It's not like we didn't provoke it. I cut 7 or 8 branches over there. I cut at least 15 slices of this wood there, and I cut the big one twice. You don't see it on the indicator on battery. That, you know what that is? That's a good start. So, guys, I will conclude this review. I will maybe add some more details if there are anything to be added. But right now, I have to say I'm impressed. 21 volts batteries, which don't matter because you can use normal 18 volts Makita batteries on it. So that's not a problem. You can always get batteries for it. Spare parts, yeah. This chain, you can get it everywhere. It's easy. It's the standard 8-inch where I think it's called 3/8 of an inch. Never mind, you can see that when you buy the saw, it's in the bag where you buy it. But it's a very standard chain, so you can get it everywhere. And in order of operations, in the matter of how to adjust chain and usability, how easy of use. Oh my God, my old mom could use this. And I'm not saying my mom is useless or don't know how to handle tools. I'm just saying that anybody, even let's just say elderly woman, can operate this machine with her one arm on the back of the hand. I would say that anybody can use this saw, even my mom. And that says something. Not that my mom is bad at using any tools or anything. It's just saying that my mom is 80, which means that this saw is easy to use, also for the older generation. So yeah, any gender, just not any age. You have to be fully grown and responsible to use this. This is a dangerous tool. It's not just a toy. It looks like a toy when you do this. You take it off and you look at this and you say, oh, it's a small thing, funny. Let's have some fun with that. No, don't do that. Honestly, just don't do that, because you know what? It's dangerous. Which means that it's good. It means it can do the job. You want to cut something, it will cut. So I will conclude and hope that you will push this like button if you like this video or felt entertained just at least some of the moments, and please subscribe. I will be fired up seeing that if it grows, I grow, not in volume, but in self-esteem, in motivation, and in spirit. You know? So Music Dane conclude this by saying, great mini saw, I recommend it. Music Dane over.